Eric, you mentioned before how you saw a ton of like Pepsi Max cans and everything.
Yes, I have.
Well, there's something I actually haven't showed you. If you quickly look at my camera, and I know visual and audio listeners won't be able to see this because I'm not recording it, but I'll explain it as I go through it. Eric, are you looking at my camera right now?
I certainly am.
Okay, so you saw all the cans on my shelf back there, but what you didn't realize is that I've been stacking them up here.
Oh no!
Yeah. And guess what? You want to hear this? Nice.
For our listeners out there, what Jack just did, he showed me that he had an entire stack of cans on his desk,
mountain.
and what he did was just knock him over.
What's really funny right now is I just remembered, like, as I hit it down, I remembered that my dad said not 10 minutes ago that he's going to sleep. Just heard, like, 12 cans of Pepsi hit, like, fucking bash into each other. I'm gonna try and rebuild the tower now.
You're gonna try to rebuild the tower?
Yeah,
Pepsi
I'm gonna
Max?
try and rebuild it. I don't think I'll be able to without taking my headphones off, but... just so everything's out of the way. Yeah, I've been drinking way too much Pepsi, so, I'm drinking water this episode.
You're drinking water?
It's pretty gross, I know.
You're gross.
Sorry, what are you drinking?
Nothing. I have nothing out in front of me. Because I drank water before like a normal person.
Well, my mouth gets dry, Eric.
Yeah,
when talking for
but
like
I'm not
40
rude
minutes.
enough for holding our listeners hostage, listening to the wet sounds of sloshing water going down my throat.
You hear this?
Ugh. It's disgusting.
Well, no, I won't have water for the rest of the episode. I accidentally choked and spat it back out into my cup. We are professionals.
Oh, definitely.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Signal Received podcast. I'm your host, Jack and Tosh. First name Jack, last name Jack and Tosh.
Jack Jackintosh?
Yeah, it's the man himself. I'm like the G-Man, but worse.
G-Man,
Eric.
except British.
Eric, it seems you have those Yeezys.
Eric, it seems your Yeezys are fake as fuck. Your Jordans are even faker.
Do you have Jordans?
No, I don't. I'm not rich.
That's kind of sad.
Anyway, let me introduce myself this time. My name is Eric. I've been on the podcast twice, two other times.
Yeah, twice. Episode 2 and 3, I remember.
Episode 2 and 3. I embarrassed myself on both of them, and I'm going to embarrass myself again on this one.
I'm very excited.
Let's see. Do I have anything for my show and tell this time? I have my fidget spinner. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to spin it. I don't know if any of you ever heard of the one guy that does all the 3M videos. In every single one of his videos, he does a thing where if you spin a fidget spinner on like something for 5 seconds, you have to click the like and subscribe. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna do it. What should I do it on? I'm gonna do it on my Google Home. All right. I put it on my Google Home. Alright, if this fidget spinner spins for 5 seconds, you have to click the like and subscribe button.
You do.
Alright, anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. No! Guess you can't click the like and subscribe button.
This is bad luck, Eric. This is bad luck. This is like... Now everybody is freed from their shackles, they can unsubscribe and dislike every video we make.
In all fairness, I already do that.
Good point. Welcome to today's episode. It's episode 6 of the Signal Receipt podcast. We've been gone. I want to say on a planned hiatus, but that's not true. We just kind of stopped making. I just kind of stopped making episodes, mainly because of a lack of motivation. But hopefully this will get us back into the weekly vibe. And you know what though, I'm actually kind of worried about it because I know in a few weeks I'm already gonna personally have to go on a small hiatus again in terms of editing. So at some point, I'm either gonna have to just not make an episode for another week, or B, I'm going to have to make an extra episode to be released on the date I'm not gonna be able to upload it, because my room, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
It is my mum has now moved into a new house, so I've been thinking about what to do, because there's no point of having 2 bedrooms. That's just I'm not a capitalist. I wish I was, but I'm not. I don't have the money for that. I don't have the money for that. So for context, Mum's house. I'm at my dad's house right now. It's where I've been for like the last 5 years. Mum's just moved into a new house. I say mum because I'm British. And so I've got that room now. It's got a double bed and it's a foam mattress, which is way better than the single bed fucking person springy piece of shit that is my current bed. And to make it worse, it's British. I've got British bedding on it right now. I never want to sleep in this. It smells like chip shop grease. It's disgusting. I don't like it. So
that's the true British aesthetic, though. You gotta sleep in the grease. It's like if you ever get American bedding or American shorts, they always have to be stained with like a mysterious hamburger grease or something.
It's like alcoholic beverages, at least, but it's been spelled on one.
Pure barbecue sauce. You have to spread it all over your bedding.
Yeah. It depends what state you buy it from. Like if you buy something from Texas, then yeah, it has to be dipped in like barbecue sauce. I almost said it in the American way. It has to be dipped in barbecue sauce at least a few times before you buy it. Even if it's like a CD or a cassette, like the sauce would like destroy it. You still have to.
Exactly. And if you're in Minnesota like me, you have no bed. You gotta sleep in an igloo.
Is that the misconception with Minnesota?
Honestly, nobody cares about Minnesota, so I can literally say anything and nobody's gonna be like, nobody's gonna call me out on that.
What's your honest thoughts on Minnesota?
We just have cornfields. It's just cornfields. And Walmarts.
That over there is Texas. That over there is Chicago. That over there is I think that's Las Vegas. And that right there is cornfield land.
Either that or that's just Iowa. You can't tell.
Points to Minnesota. That's Iowa.
That's Iowa right over there.
Wait, no, it's not. No, sorry. That's Rhode Island.
But Rhode Island has all the lobsters and Stephen King's cocaine addiction.
Yeah, well, they had to move a season of Family Guy over to Minnesota. Minnesota. Hey, Lois.
Hey, Lois, we're going to Minnesota.
So,
Peter.
yeah,
That's just cornfields.
I don't think you're in Rhode Island anymore, Peter. I know, Lois.
I moved
us to Minnesota for a season of Family Guy. We ran out of money back in Rhode Island. Ever since we became popular there, the show's just the stock market price have been going up there, Lois. Everything is 10 times more expensive.
Have you seen the stuff going on over at GameStop?
and then it goes to a cutaway. It cuts away back to the podcast and the topic at hand. My mum has moved into a new house. I've got a new room. There's no need for the one I'm currently in right now. However, there are so many props to the room I'm in, and I don't want to leave it. Like, if I had to choose between a bedroom, even though the other one I have is so much bigger, I would still choose this one. Because I create. This is, like, I want this to be my job. Either recording podcasts, doing live streams, or writing a bunch of shit. Oh, and making music. Shit thing. We haven't forgotten about that. So what I'm doing is, because my dad's still gonna obviously live here, what I'm going to do instead is I'm turning this current room into an office room or a studio room or whatever you want to call it. Because it's small enough for me to just record audio like this and have like basically no echoing. I have my computer here. I have a ton of space, and I'm gonna have a ton more space when I remove the bed. And it's gonna be really great. And so now I need to buy a laptop, but we're trying to look for a laptop, Eric. They're expensive. Laptop technology, it's not been cheap. It's not been cheap recently. You can no longer go out and just buy a gaming pad for like what? A McDonald's Happy Meal? As if you could ever do that.
Of course not. That's what used to be the case prior
1990s.
Prior 1990s, of course.
Like when everything was cheaper back then, right? And also still the same technology level.
Absolutely. I remember playing Overwatch 2 on a 1983 Asus laptop.
With a GTX 3080.
GTX 9300.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that day. That one day, that was 1970 or what? Not 80 or 90 or whatever we said.
Whatever the joke was.
Yeah, whatever the joke was. Oh, this does feel like Family Guy, huh? So I've been looking for a job, Eric. I've been doing something I didn't want to do, and that's look for an actual job, because that's the line isn't going anywhere.
Oh, of course not. No.
And I hope me saying this ends up on the Poorly Aged Things Twitter, but I doubt it ever will. So I've been looking for a job. And Eric, have I ever told you about a funny thing I did?
You've done a lot of funny things, but please tell me.
I think I have told you, but I wanna go more in depth into it. B, there's a second part I didn't tell you. So remember when I tried to apply for a job at McDonald's?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's. This is just for the viewers. Let's all flash back a few, 10 months, something like that. Probably a year actually. I'm trying to get a job because I got fired from my first one a year before that. I worked in a chip shop for about a month. And there wasn't a contract. It was like, you could say it was 0 contract hours, where they just call you in whenever. But what it really was there was no contract. So there's never something I had to sign to say I am legally working here. They just said, you get the fuck over here. You're washing more dishes today. I'm like, yes, sir. And I got fired. I got fired from that job because whenever I wash dishes, I'm always so stern on them. Like if I see anything left over, I'm gonna be so I'm gonna be so pissed. And so I took forever to get the job done, and that's probably why I got fired. They said I asked one day when I'd be coming back, and they just looked at me and was like, "We'll call you," and then they never called. It's like, I think that's the nice way of saying you're not working here anymore. So I went looking for a new job, and I applied for a bunch of different jobs. Only a few got back to me, and most of them were a no. I did get an interview at McDonald's though. And this is back when I was in college, before the Rona properly hit. So this was a good time to be getting a job, because God knows it's impossible to do now without giving away your left testicle to the business. They can use it to make more slaves in the future. Your job is temporary. But I went over to McDonald's in a tie after leaving college an hour early. Not saying I just straight up ditched the lesson, but there was an extra thing that was going on that I usually went to, and I just skipped it because I was very determined to get this job, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
So I left, and I got ready, and I looked at the time. There was still an hour before the interview was supposed to start, and so I was like, okay, well, tell you what then. What I'll do instead is I'll wait 30 minutes, and as I'm doing that, I'll print off my CV or resume or whatever you American chocolate-fucks call it. And so I did. I printed off my CV. It looked like shit, but what else are you gonna do? You know, it's something for them to read, I guess. I actually just filled the CV up, with saying like facts that weren't true. Like I said, I created FNAF World, like two different times.
I am Scott Cawthon.
I am Scott. Yeah, it was like who's why you don't look like you do in the picture. I was like,
the picture adds 20 pounds.
Are you calling Scott Cawthon fat?
No, I'm calling you thin.
Oh. Thank you. Yeah, it took me an extra bit of time to print that off, and so there was 40 minutes left. I decided to start walking. I could be there a bit early, sure, I was ready for the job. I get halfway there. It's not like a big walk, it's like 14 minutes. Halfway there, I check my phone. And this is where I realized I fucked up. On my computer, it reads digital time, but I hate reading digital time. And so I looked at my phone. I changed it on my phone to say the actual time in like AM and PM. I never looked at it though before going, and so I looked at my fucking phone and realized I was not an hour early. I was an hour late.
Oh.
And I don't know how I fucked up that bad, but all I remember doing was like having to process it for a full 2 minutes whilst I was walking, and when I finally realized that I was an hour late, I stopped moving, looked around to see if anybody was there in the middle of the street, and this is a very busy street. Somehow nobody was there, and I covered my mouth and just screamed, because I realized, oh, I'm so screwed. So I went over there, and as I entered the McDonald's, there was an employee that walked through the door. I didn't think anything of them, but that'll be important in like 2 minutes after I explain. And I go to the guy working at the counter. I'm like, hey, I misread my clock, and I'm here an hour late. Can I still do the interview? And the guy points outside and says, you see that guy walking there and getting into his car? Yeah? He's gone. That was the guy you were going to have the interview with. And I'm just like, motherfucker. I missed it so bad. So not only have I been fired from a job because I sucked at cleaning, which, by the way, I've learned my lesson. Next time I'm at a job, I'm just going to get it done as quickly as possible, just put in some elbow grease, and if there's a tiny little bit that's stuck onto the side, I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to redo that. I'm also going to learn to read time correctly and go at the appropriate time. But I guess the reason, Eric, I wanted to start off this topic with that story is because have you heard any funny jobby stories like that?
Oh boy, from my work where I actually did get to work at McDonald's and not miss my interview by an hour. Of course.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, yeah, if nobody knew, I worked at McDonald's for about, 5 months? About half a year, from August to December. And, well, doing the closing shift, you get some funny and interesting stories. Let's see. Should I do I'm gonna start off with the time I thought I was gonna die.
Oh.
Yeah, this isn't gonna be really funny. Well, in hindsight, it is kind of funny, but, at the time, I was beyond pissed. So...
It'll get more funny the more people, like, the more time passes after people listen to this episode, the more they'll remember it and go, that's kind of funny.
He almost died. Anyway. So it was past closing, so it would have been about 11. I believe this was a weekday, if I'm pretty sure. So it was about 11 p.m. We usually close at 10. And, you know, I was doing the dishes like I always did. They always put me on dishes in the back because I wasn't useful for anything else. That's that's a lie. They just wanted me on dishes always. But anyway, so the only people that were there were my manager, a coworker who was what do you call it? Who was planning on being a manager. They were
in training. They were in training.
Yeah, manager in training. Thank you. And then there was me. So it was just us three. And so, you know, I was washing the dishes, minding my own business. And I see that my manager in training are running to the back, and they were yelling at me to like, you know, go lock up the front door. And I was kind of weirded out because that's not usually what I have to do. I'm usually in the way back.
You know, usually your fellow employees, whenever locking up, don't fucking run in fear and just leave it to the other person next to them.
Yeah. So I'm like, what's going on? And apparently there's a guy that won't leave. There's a guy in the drive-thru that won't leave. He wants his McNuggies very bad. So I'm like, I don't get paid enough to do this, but whatever. So I'm power walking to the front. You know, I go up to lock the side door. Except the thing is, it takes a long time to lock. So I have to like jiggle the door while furiously trying to lock it. While there's a guy in his car on the drive-thru window. And as I walk past the drive-thru window to go back to the back, I hear him yelling, "Hey!" Like I hear him screaming.
Like, son of a bitch.
Like, anyway, that was kind of scary, and I don't know when he left, but thank God it was like, you know, thank God.
So wait, like that's the end. Like
that was
like,
the end.
You just locked up and left, and like he just kept on yelling.
No, I locked up and then went to the back to finish dishes because, you know, I had a ton of dishes I needed to do. I didn't have time to deal with his crap.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of weird on the manager's part because, like, you know, isn't the whole point of the managers, like, you know, you're supposed to deal with the higher-up stuff, but maybe I might be wrong. I don't know.
You go in the next day, he's still fucking there. Like, the manager, like they open up the window. They see him staring, like, fucking bloodshot eyes, like, I still want my nuggies.
Give me the McNuggies.
I don't want a McNuggie anymore. I want a Big Mac.
Give me the quarter pounder. Extra cheese.
He's like, have you gotten any sleep? No. I live and breathe McDonald's, bitch.
I am McDonald's.
And then he takes off a mask. And it's the creator of McDonald's himself. I forgot his name. Ronald McDonald.
It's Ronald McDonald.
That's who made McDonald's.
Yeah, of course. It's in his name.
He was always the manager. He was always the higher up.
They were just like, hey, let's just make this little boy do all our work. Because fun fact, they were both taller than me. They left the shortest one there to do all their work.
Like, I bet the two the manager and that other person, I need to come up with a name for them. I'm just gonna say Pussy Manager or something like that. The manager and Pussy Manager were just like, there's this guy outside. We gotta draw straws. And then the other manager just points to you and goes, what about him? And the manager just looks and goes, you're gonna be a great manager one day. And then they run to the back and make you do it.
That's literally what happened. Though. They were both walking to the back.
One of us should do it.
Hey, Eric, so there's someone outside. Do you think you could lock the door for us while we stay back here? We're afraid of dying. Well, I'm kind of afraid of dying too, you know? I have to get up at 6 a.m. for school tomorrow.
It's like, nah, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
So, sorry. I remember watching this movie. We had to in business studies, oddly enough. It was about McDonald's and like how it became to be. And all I can imagine now is that scene in the movie where like they're all lining up to what is basically the first McDonald's, and everybody's like going on about how good it is. The business guy that's like, I want to make your business bigger, goes up to the front. They just see Ronald McDonald there, flipping burgers. It's like, then he sees more. It's like, how many are you? It's like, it's just the uniform, man. and then you see, and then you walk into the manager's office. He's just on a fucking unicycle with like juggling. It's like, are you a professional businessman? Like, yeah, honk honk.
Oh, yeah, I got my degree in business. Wah, wah.
Why'd you do a Mickey Mouse laugh?
I don't know. That's like that's like the only clown voice I can think of. That and
That just sounds like Goofy.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. This is stupid.
What?
Anyway, yeah.
Do you think Kermit counts as a clown? What
No,
counts as a clown?
He's a frog.
Yeah, but I don't count clown as a subspecies of human. I don't look at a don't look at a frog and go, that's a Kermit.
Don't you think it's the other way around? You don't look at Kermit and think he's a frog?
Definitely not. Oh, I was just saying, like what classifies as a clown?
Well, motherfucking, you see,
Anybody
Face
that
paint.
puts, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Anybody that put face paints on, and that's why all people that do blackface are clowns.
oh my gosh.
I figured it out. I did it. I sleuthed it. I sleuthed it out. I'm so proud of that one. I was just saying, because like a clown to me is just somebody that like does the funny, you know.
It is
So-
funny.
Are we all clowns, really? If that's why I asked if Kermit was a clown. I think he's pretty funny. Goes on about big booty bitches.
Them big booty bitches.
Yeah, there you go. That's not what he said. So we're not doing this.
I don't know, because a clown can do the funny, but at the same time, can the funny do the clown?
I
Like,
guess we'll just have to wait and see for a good example, you know?
like, I don't know. What about the Joker?
He's funny.
Oh, yeah,
he
that's
makes
true.
he makes jokes that he laughs at. I think if you make one person laugh, you're a clown. Wait, hold on. That kind of sounds like an insult. Dude, like whenever I laugh at Bo Burnham or something, yeah, that guy's a clown. But you know who else is a clown? The fucking stock market crash of 2008.
Let's go!
That made me laugh. That stock market crash, that's a clown.
Oh my gosh, that was super hilarious. Ha ha ha.
I wasn't conscious when that happened. That's as in my brain was too underdeveloped to know what a stock market was. 2008, I was a tiny baby. Except I wasn't. I was just tiny.
In 2008, I was 8.
Oh yeah. Wait. Were you?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh yeah, you were born in the year 2000.
I was born in 2000. I barely even need to, like, calculate what age I was at what time.
I feel so jealous of you 2000s motherfuckers, because all you have to do is like look at like what's your age? What year is it? It's 2021. Oh, well there's your answer.
20.
You're 2021 years old? Like no.
No. Do I look that old to you?
What year were you born in? BC.
Oh.
It's like, holy shit, you fossil.
Hmm.
Why don't we go on to your topic?
Oh, okay, great. Because my topic absolutely has nothing to do with what we were talking about before.
Wait, let's go back to Kermit. Okay.
Okay.
Kermit was a TV character.
Yes, of course he was. He was also in movies too.
I was thinking you would. So anyway, Eric, let's talk about creepy things we saw as youngins.
Yeah. So I was up last night talking with a friend about weird stuff we watched when we were like 8. So I kind of want to start first because like mine's absolutely weird. So
Go ahead.
in 2006, they released a theatrical film starring Home Improvement's Tim Allen called Zoom Academies for Superheroes.
I've never heard of that.
Well, there's a reason why, because the film itself was both critically panned and a box office bomb, and will forever be forgotten in the depths of cinema history, except by one little bitch-ass named Eric. I remember when I was about 6 or 7, I watched that film more than I should. And so basically I remember a lot of stuff from that film. But yeah, essentially the plot revolves around this military base that trains kids to become superheroes. It's like Umbrella Academy, but bad.
Yeah, here we go. A former superhero, Jack Shepherd, is called back to work to train a group of ragtag kids with useless powers to become superheroes and save the world from destruction.
Exactly.
Is that not just like that new film from the creators of Spy Kids? We Can Be Heroes? Like, We Can Be Heroes just copy Zoom Academy?
Pretty much. You can also say that My Hero Academia also copied Zoom Academy.
Touché. Everything copied Zoom Academy. Every good TV, all good TV, copied Zoom Academy.
Zoom Academy for Superheroes is the pinnacle of all media.
It is.
Anyway, I want to talk about this one scene. There was this scene I was watching recently, because, how do I put this? I'm gonna want you to watch this part.
Okay.
And just describe it for the people listening in the audience.
Oh, this will be fun.
So what I'm about to show Jack is a clip from Zoom Academy for Superheroes. Where you know what? I'm just gonna let you watch it for yourself, and then you try to describe it.
The title is just Funny Clip in Zoom.
Funny Clip in Zoom. It really doesn't get any leeway into what it is, but that's the best part about it.
Okay, so from where I'm looking, there is young blonde girl, main female actress, and white fat Albert all walking in a hallway. They're going to Outdoor Survival Simulator. They got a ZP on the door. Why are they all? What? She just she just opened the door with her mind.
Yeah,
they're going into a room full of computers. There's a guy in there. He's like a gardener.
No, he's a scientist. That's Chevy Chase.
Wait, that's Chevy Chase?
That's Chevy Chase as the
awesome.
scientist.
Ah, I see him! I see his... it's Chevy Chase. They're locking the door behind him. He can't get out. That's what you get for being a cunt on Community. Sorry. They can control the weather. Who's Tucker?
Tucker is the fat white Albert.
Oh. It's raining. They made it rain. What the fuck? What am I watching? Chevy Chase is mad right now. He's angry because they just made it start raining in the. Oh no, they're making it storm. He just got struck by lightning. He's like, this just looks like the fucking Osama bin Laden torture videos, like when he was in interrogation. Why is he speaking a different language? Why is the wind? They're making it windy. Why are they doing this to this poor man? It's fucking they're killing him. They just threw boulders onto him. He's dying. What skunk? What is the skunk button? Do not press the skunk button. Don't press the skunk button. Why is the little girl? Look at that. Oh no! Don't press the skunk button. Don't do it. Don't look. Why is there music? Why is there Western like music playing in the background, like Mexican standoff style shit? She did it. She pressed the button. There's a skunk. There is a toy skunk, and it's staring right at Chevy Chase. It's turning around. Chevy is not moving. He's just sitting there waiting for it, and then it farts. It farts in Chevy Chase's face, and it sprays shit all over his face. And he just is not having a happy day. And then he dies. I have no idea what that was. I recommend all audio listeners, or all listeners in general, because again, I'm not including the video at all. I recommend you all go type in funny clip in Zoom and see what the result is. Because I promise you, you'll not be disappointed. What the fuck?
Yes, this was one. This is one of the most memorable clips for me in the movie.
Chevy Chase is there.
Chevy Chase is there. He makes a very prominent role as a scientist. For the base.
I'm talking a bit as a community nerd right now, but how does he take that role in a film like that and take the role of a skunk literally shitting in his face, but then turn down Community?
Chevy Chase is an enigma.
He is. I think he's a good actor, though. He's a really good actor.
He is, just not a good person.
He's not really a good person. What is it with old boomers in TV being so shit? Like in Arrested Development, forgot what the actor's name is, but there was like drama behind the scenes because of them.
I don't know. That's the case for a lot of boomers in TV shows where like they just don't adapt with the times. Funny, like Speak of the Devil, Tim Allen himself. You know, think about it. He always plays the same character in every show and movie he's in. Ever since Home Improvement, he's always the character.
He is. That's what he's best at.
Except, you know, when you play the same character for, 20 or 30, 40 years, doesn't that become a little tiring for you?
You're not playing a character anymore, Tim Allen. You're just being Tim Allen, and that's a scary thought. No actor should have to do that.
Like, is Tim Allen just playing himself at this point, or did
so.
Did he become the Home Improvement character?
Can we get Tim Allen on this podcast to see like how he would act?
Oh, absolutely! I'd love to see Tim Allen on this podcast.
You know, this I think Tim Allen should be a good reminder to all actors that you should always change your roles. Like for a good example, Eric here on one show we're working on, he voices a depressed teenager. Also on the other one, he voices a whore.
Wonderful. Yes, I love the absolute range of characters I'm working with here.
Yeah. What can we say? We're good at our jobs.
We're good at our jobs. And take Jack for example.
Oh no.
Let's see. You don't voice in stickers, do you?
No, I don't. I'm just a writer and a director and the creator.
You see, Jack normally writes and creates and directs, but in the Final Frontier show, he gets to play I
get to play the white boy.
No, he's Latino, I thought.
His fur is white. That's what I mean.
His fur is white. But anyway, he gets to play the British twink he was always meant to be.
And a bottom. Don't forget that.
And a bottom too.
And a bottom. It's true. I do not remember that is purely acting. I do not resemble the same thing in real life. Unless, again, you count Tim Allen.
Unless you count Tim Allen.
It loops back around. Tim Allen just he is Home Improvement. He embodies he still has writers for Home Improvement. The show ended, but he's still got people writing for him, you know?
Yeah, don't forget his newer show. What is it called? Last Man Standing.
Not seen it.
I've seen an episode of it, and it's Home Improvement, except not.
You know what I don't get? I've noticed this recently, but actors, some really bad actors, or some good actors in bad movies, they keep on retaking bad scripts. And yeah, this is good, this is funny, this is good acting, where they're basically playing the same character like fucking Will Ferrell. The only good movie I've seen him in recently has been the Lego Movie, but every other movie I've seen in him, I recently watched Step Brothers, and that is one of the worst films I think I've ever seen, personally.
Oh, really?
The Amazing Bulk would be better than that. The thing is, okay, I want to quickly make this clear now that I think any setup and plots could work. The problem is, if you don't do anything with it, I feel like when watching Step Brother, nothing fucking happened until you got to the very end. They argued, they fought, they divorced their parents, and that was it. That was basically it for the entire movie until you got to the very end where something actually changed and they grew up. But they didn't show any progress during the actual film, so it just fell out of nowhere. And I hated that. And then it turns out Holmes and Watson, another film they starred in, they basically just played the same role.
Yeah.
Where they were man-children. And I haven't watched it, but I remember seeing a review on it and just constant complaining about Will Ferrell, and I can't even remember what the other character's called, I'm going to be honest. The other actor.
John C. Reilly.
I guess that's his name. And it just sucks because honestly, the Lego Movie is one of my favorite movies of all time, but on top of that, Will Ferrell does a fucking incredible job as the villain, Lord Business, and as the human actor, as the dad. But when he acts as the dad, he does it seriously. But it works really well. He does a good job. And same with Lord Business. He has some funny lines, but because it's a villain, he's still kind of talking seriously. Obviously in a cartoony voice, but you get the point. And that's some of the best acting for a villain I can think of. Because, the way he does it and the emotion in some of the other scenes is so good. And then I watch fucking Step Brothers and I feel my eyes trying to gouge themselves out. And I just hate it. And I don't... And it's, the same thing happens with... what's that actor in Pixels?
Adam Sandler?
Adam Sandler. I'm pretty sure... I haven't seen this film, but he did a acting role in what was mainly a serious film, and people liked it.
Uncut Gems. Yeah, I saw a bit of that.
And I feel like this is a repeated pattern, not only with comedy actors, but also drama actors, where they get themselves into one specific role, and then that's all they do. Like they can only do serious or they only do comedy. I think acting should be. I think a good acting. A way to practice your acting would be to get completely random characters and just try and act as them with the voice and the body you have, and just attempt to make something out of it where it still works and doesn't look or sound off. I think that's a really good way to practice acting.
Mm-hmm. And
even then, I'm not an actor. I'm a writer. So I'm not... You shouldn't even really go to me for that advice. But I just think that's a good way of... We've degraded from the topic. I just realized that. We went from funny clip and Zoom to talk about acting.
I mean, yeah, but it is something that needs to be said. Can I actually name a really good example of an actor that just plays the same character in every movie?
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but Steven Seagal used to be a famous action star in the 80s, now just constantly does the same direct-to-video crap. In every single one of his movies, he just pretends to be the most badass character. And, like, I think he's funding these movies, too. Like, he pretends to be the most badass character, despite the fact he just sits down in every single one of his movies and lets his stunt guy do all the work. And Steven Seagal, he's a bit of a heavy-set dude. So, they try to find, like, because of his massive fucking ego, he tries to find the skinniest fucking prick, like a muscular prick, to, like, do his stunt work.
Do you think I'd be good? As a Steven Seagal double?
Absolutely. Just grow your hair out and, like, you know, you'd be perfect. But, like...
Let's go.
But, like, it's so funny whenever I try to watch, like, any clip of his. Because a lot of it is just him sitting down and, like, pretending to be a badass.
Sorry, all I can imagine now is, like, during the interview, they're having an interview with Steven Seagal. It's like, Can you get out of that chair and show us some stunts? He tries to get up. The fucking, like, he's like, I've been sat on this chair whilst the actors did all the work for so long. I'm imprinted to it now.
Yeah, this is the same chair I've always been sitting in.
It's a condition. How'd you do the acting then? They're called stunt doubles.
I just pay people to do it for me.
He actually talks like that too. He always talks like in a really low gruff voice where you can barely tell what he's saying.
What,
Yeah,
like a text to speech bot?
No, not even that. You don't even know what accent it is. Steven Seagal is such an enigma.
What accent are you speaking? It's a mix.
You know, I'm from I'm Italian.
You know hell? Yeah, I got my accent from there.
Yeah, I went to Japan when I was like 8. Don't try to look it up because it's real. Trust me. Anyway, that's where I learned Aikido.
That's what I want. Okay, you know what? Adam Sandler, I want you to act in another serious film. Tim Allen, I want you to you know what? Maybe play like a jerky boyfriend that isn't funny. You know,
Tim Allen in his like 50s.
Yeah. Like fucking wife broke up with her ex-husband, looking for some new hubba. Tim Allen comes along, but he's a bit of a dick, but he has stuff to work through and he's not funny about it. And then what's his name? Steven Seagal? I want you to voice an anime character. Try Try dubbing over the next Sword Art Online series.
Try dubbing over My Hero Academia. He gets to play Deku.
You do an amazing job.
He actually does speak Japanese, so he could do both the Japanese and the English dub.
That would make it so much easier.
That would.
Like don't they have to rewrite stuff when doing the dub anyway? That would make things so much easier. You should do that. I know we've already gone on to like basically a different topic, but I wanna humor your topic a little longer, Eric. In terms of weird shit I watched as a kid, quite a few movies and TV shows come to mind. Mainly, in terms of movies, I think it was the only VHS we ever had. Before, like a year before it broke is when I watched this. I think it was like a Thomas and Friends, like Thomas the Tank Engine, VHS tape, and I don't remember all of it, but I remember very specific scenes from it. And for some reason, I one shot in particular is like this giant mountain and a train track going through it, and I don't know if that's real or not, if that's my mind making it up. But I remember that being weird. But I don't want to use that as my example for this topic. I actually want to talk about something way better. Eric, over in the US, you have on TV advertisements.
Yep.
Over here in the UK on TV, we have advertisements, but they're British.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorite advertisements, one of my favorite British advertisements, is this one guy that's advertising doors. It's like, he's in a, I can't remember what the video is called, but I remember my teacher showing it in a college, and I go to film. I study film in college, and we used it as an example of like, they were talking about like different types of advertisements, like informative, there's like a story in this one, blah, blah, blah. But the reason I'm bringing this one up is because this man looks so jolly and happy about these doors, despite the fact that throughout the entire advertisement, he's just pushing them down. He's like, and as he's doing it, so he's like, one door, and then he pushes one door down. Get one free. So it's like one door pushes it back, pushes one down, get one free, and then he pushes the other one down. That's right. Buy one, pushes another one down, get another one free, and then he pushes another one down. He just looks so happy, just like pushing all these doors down. Sees his wife fucking get one free, pushes her away.
Get one free. What? Boom!
I might link these videos in when this episode goes up onto the YouTube version. But if you want to see either of these videos, I'll find the advertisement and I will fucking link it. But I remember seeing that advertisement so many times on TV. Like, they played the same advertisement for like 3 years. And this was on Cartoon Network. This was on the British Cartoon Network as well. And it's just, at least once a month, I would see this fucker pushing doors down and saying, buy one, get one free. And then in another shot, he opened a door and it just zoomed in on his face and he's like, buy one, get one free. I'm like, I get it, they're doors. You only have to say it once. Fuck. British people are scary.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree.
There was also, I won't spend as much time on this one. This is like more of an afterthought, but there was another advertisement where there was an earthworm, and he gets like chopped in half by someone's shovel, and it's like not CGI. It's like weird puppetry, I think.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
where the worm's looking at the two children playing ball or something.
Yeah,
and he's lonely, and then he gets chopped by the shovel and finds out there's two of them.
Yeah, and it's scary. It's not.
That's an actual meme in the Vinesauce community. The worm's name is Meat.
His name is Meat?
His name is Meat.
I have so much respect for that name. Imagine being named Meat.
Yeah, it's like now an inside joke in Vinny Vinesauce's community. He's become kind of like a mascot for it almost.
I need to start watching Vinesauce.
You should. I love Vinesauce. I haven't watched him in a long time. I haven't watched either Vinny or Joel in a long time, but I want to get back into them.
I think I watched Joel a few times, but not enough for me to like properly say I'm a pretty good viewer or an average viewer. Before we end the podcast, there is actually one last thing I want to say. Mm-hmm. And it's not something we need to say, but we were just going on about YouTubers, and I just remembered. Yesterday I watched a live stream by Stampy Longhead.
Stampy Longhead?
It was his 10 million subscriber YouTube plaque unboxing. And I want to say I'm so proud of that guy. He fucking raised me, dude. Like, I watched Stampy all the time, and I love the fact that he's reached 10 million subscribers. I just want to say that bit of happiness, and then I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to end the episode off with? I agree.
Stream crackheads with attitude.
Oh, yeah, stream crackheads with attitude. I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited for your next album.
I've still yet to release it. I've been slacking on it for a while now.
Son of a bitch. All right, thanks everybody for listening to this episode of Signal Received. We might be back next week if we record another episode, but I've had a bit of trouble finding people to record these episodes with recently. So see you next week where Eric is here again.
See ya. Hope to see y'all again.
Have a good day, everybody, and remember you can follow Satterline on Twitter at Satterline Media. Have a good day, and Stan Luna.
Stan Luna.